HarperCollins presents The Devil's Highway by Gregory Norminton. Read by Gregory Norminton, Melody May, and Laura Kerman.
In memory of my mother, Catherine Norminton Melin, 1946 to 2015. Those that despise Scotland, and the north part of England, for being full of vast and barren land, may take a view of this part of Surrey and look upon it as a foil to the beauty of the rest of England. Here is a vast tract of land, some of it within 17 or 18 miles of the capital city, which is not only poor, but even quite sterile, given up to barrenness, horrid and frightful to look on, not only good for little, but good for nothing. Daniel Defoe, A Tour Through the Whole Island of Great Britain. It is not a celebrated patch of earth. There are few books and no ballads about it. It is 4,000 acres of plantation pine, grassland and heath, hemmed in by roads and houses and industrial estates. In autumn the air smells of mushrooms, in summer of resin and the slough of pine needles. There is a Roman road and an Iron Age hill fort. Few locals visit either, for our lives are too hectic. We drive everywhere and rarely walk. Yet set out on foot at dawn, and you can sense the ancient place beyond the pines, open to the sky, fully itself perhaps only when experienced, made by the eye that sees it. Richard Borowski, The Blasted Heath. The Roman road, the eagle's flight, the meeting of present, past, and future. Valérie Larbaud. Chapter 1. Blueface. They worked in the byre by torchlight. In the stalls, the cow bellowed, and Dargin feared she would wake their father, who had succumbed to sleep like a warrior to his wounds. "I looked for it," he said, "where I left it on the heath." "You mistook the place." "No. The wind carried it off. My cord was strong. She unfastened it. That means spring will come." "Spring always comes." Judoc buried his fork in straw and dung. "Corn dolls are for children." "But Ma says—" "Ma says." Judoc's voice was fierce, but he took care to whisper. "Will you stay her whelp forever, or would you become a man?" And Dargin felt the heat rise in his face. "Do not call me whelp." "Why not? You whine like one." "We need strong gods. Male gods like Taran. Thunder, not earth." "There. Enough shoveling for me." They contemplated the steaming baskets. Judoc's face was hard to read for the torch burning behind it. "Forgive me," he said, "for barking at you. But dreams will not save us." He pulled Dargin into his arms and held him. He reeked of sweat and damp wool. "Be strong," said Judoc, and releasing Dargin, he hoisted a basket to his midriff. Then he was gone. Dargin patted the cow's hot flank. Taking the torch, he left the byre and walked into a weeping wind. Snowflakes clung like burrs to his cloak and the stung tips of his eyelids. Winter searched for every rent in his gear. After the smoke and fug of the hut, after his father's night-long coughing, the cold was welcome, a familiar enemy. Dargin contemplated the shuddering pelt of the heath. He pissed into the heather, expectorated as Judoc had taught him, a lusty hoik into the wind. He returned to the sorrow of the hut. His mother was up and doing. He ducked out from under her tousling hand and sat beside the fire, where Nifane greeted him with her habitual scowl. "Where's your brother gone? Back to his pack again?" And Dargin shrugged. To think about last night's shouting made his heart clench. He watched Nifane's fingers weave a basket of heather stems. "Will you patch my cap for me?" "Why would I do that?" "It has a hole. You made the hole."
Sample complete. Ready to continue?